listening to Condor Online. I am Royzy Rothschild. This is the Shakedown. I got my guy with me. He goes by the name of Serious D.
Hi, what's happening?
You know what I'm saying? That's how we get down. We're going to get into that in a minute.
Go on.
But I just want to talk, if you know, people a little bit of information that help them build the brand, get the movement going as an artist. Now, I see a lot of people out here just doing everything on their own. And I used to be like that myself. I was a loner. Yeah, it's what you're doing, a loner. You know, just took the world on myself. I can do it all myself. Newsflash, you cannot do it all by yourself.
I'm saying it.
That is the newsflash, right? Yeah. You do need a team. Know what I mean? You really do need a team, and it's not just a team of support and entourage that are just going to follow you around.
Yeah, you need your producers and like your marketing and like everything needs
and
to be
everything
done.
else. Yeah. So obviously, as Serious D's just said, you need marketers, you need producers, but more than that, obviously you need a support network as well. People who are helping out and opening up opportunities for yourself and your brand. So it could be something as simple as, hey, I know someone at a festival, I'll get you on that. I know someone who makes sick music videos, I'll put them in touch, get you a discount. It's all about building your network and as well as your team. So obviously your team is a bit closer, your network is your net worth. That's going to get you all your accomplishments and achievements and things like that as well. So don't forget, team, build up your team. So that's today's tip. But we're going into Serious D now. I need to know, or I actually do know, but I need you to know. What is Serious D? Why are you called Serious D?
Right, so Serious D is sort of like my my rap personality, I guess, because like you can't go under your name really, because like going on stage, you know, first two gigs when it was like Dylan Woodard, like who's this kid, but it wasn't really catching on. So I was like, right, I need an ego, I need a way that I can market myself and brand myself. So I spent a while, went through a few names.
So is Serious D what's called a persona?
I would say so, yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah. So the name came about basically, so I went through a few and they were all decent, but they were all taken. I was like, oh man, how am I going to find my name? And I was just thinking, and one day, my dad does this often, so he's Aussie, and whenever I do something stupid, he's like, you fucking Serious D? I was just like, Serious D? Serious D? Go on then.
It sounds better than the Australian accent though, doesn't it? Because I heard him say it, and it sounds amazing.
It's funny that, but I don't, it kind of stuck, and I got to a point where I was like, to be honest, it doesn't even matter if it's the best name in the world, because it's all about how you brand it.
Yeah.
Like thinking about like the Beatles, yeah. I'm not slating the Beatles or anything.
Oh, you can't slate the Beatles on this show. I said something about the Beatles the other week, and the editors edited it out.
But I'll swap it. Any name really. The whole thing is, when you think of the Beatles, you don't think, you know, of a Beatle or anything like that. You completely overlook it. And it's the same with Pink Floyd. You don't think of the word pink. You just think.
Be careful what you're saying about these legends, bro.
I'm not dissing it. I'm saying the names.
If
you brand it and you market it, people don't think about the actual name. They just say it without thinking about it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you've got a good name or not, as long as you brand it in a way where people can get into that and think, okay, yeah.
So they can connect with the brand.
Yeah.
What it is. Yeah.
So the name isn't really too important. It's more what you do with it.
Yeah. It's got to be simplified. The simpler, the better.
Yeah. That's it. You can't have complexity, because people like, they don't like it. They just want it in front of you.
So what does it mean to you though? Obviously, we've got your dad's situation that he, you know, when you mess up, he goes, "Oh, you Serious D."
Serious, mate.
Yeah. But what does it mean to you? So, like my example, like obviously my artist name is Royzy Rothschild.
Yeah.
Being called Royzy since I was born, it was me nan that gave me that name.
Yeah.
But I also connected the Z with Jay-Z. That's my idol. Yeah. And the Rothschild actually means Royzy business or Royzy money. So Jay-Z had a record company years ago. It was called Rockefeller Records.
Right.
So Rockefeller was a business tycoon. The Rothschilds are business tycoons. So I've got like many different meanings to.
Yeah, it's all kind of
Royzy Rothschild.
Together.
Yeah.
I'd say, to be honest, it's my way to show that I'm serious about this stuff, because like I'm a bit of a goon, you know, I'm always bouncing about, having a laugh.
Yeah.
And you know, people sort of don't take you so seriously, and I was thinking, well, it is a way to say this is the one thing that I'm serious about, man.
Yeah,
that I ain't playing. I'm trying to sort it.
Here's a question that wasn't even wrote down. Yeah.
Go on.
Obviously you're in a band.
Yeah.
They're
All
called
Night
the
Captives.
All Night Captives.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're also a rapper. Two completely different, separate genres. Yeah.
Way off. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what do you see yourself, more band or more rapper?
More rapper.
You think you see
All
yourself
the way.
more as a rapper? Yeah.
Yeah, that's purely because when it comes down to the band, it's sort of like a collection. But the thing with any band is you can't put all your eggs in one basket, and like, so you know when it comes to like writing a song, yeah. When it's me, I can do it in 20 minutes. Get the beat down, all that, you know, mix it, produce it, put your lyrics down. It's sorted, mate. You got it all going. And with turn up to gigs, it's just you turn up. There's no worries. But with a band, it is so much trouble because you know you've got like your guitarist doesn't turn up and you're like, oh my god, how am I going to get him here? What's going on? When you're writing a song, like everybody's got to take their bits, and if somebody's got writer's block, then it ain't happening. And it's also band split up, man, all the time. It's just a part of life. Like this is my third one going.
Sorry, I'm laughing, bro, because obviously I'm in the music game, and obviously we're dealing with all types of artists and bands and stuff, and
it's just drama.
I've always said from the start, I hate bands. I don't hate the music, I just hate the fact that as soon as you get something cooking, the drummer goes, the bass player goes, he's gone somewhere. It's just it all falls apart very quickly.
It does, mate. It's like I've got quite a bit of experience because like I'm 18 now and I've been in bands since I was like 14, 15. So All Night Captives is like my third original one that I've done. I've been in like 2 cover bands as well. But it's drama, mate. It is pure drama. There's arguments, there's fallouts, there's highs and lows. It's like a roller coaster. But at the end of the day, 90% of the time, if you're in a band, mate, it's going to split up. You know, it's going to be heavy. You've got to have a backup plan. And what's the point in sort of trying to work on something to the point where you've put all your time and all your effort into it, and then it just sort of slips away because someone else isn't feeling it. So it's, you know, like that's why I'm more sort of serious D than All Night Captives, because even though I'm kind of in charge of both of them, I don't really have any power over the band. I can't say, no, you've got to stay in here, or like, no, we're doing this, because everybody's a human being, they can do what they want. So it's a lot more safer for me to say, all right then, well, if this band splits up, I don't care, mate, because I'm sorted. I've got this gig lined up and I've got this going and this going. So it's all part about sorting yourself out, but I'll always have a side project going as well as being like Serious D, because it gets a little bit lonely being on your own when you know sat in your garage making beats and you turn up to your gigs on your own. I
said get a team. Said this at the start, it's not lonely.
I
say being in the office all morning with my guy behind the counter, he goes by the name is Chase Johnston Lynch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, as said, get a team, it won't be so lonely. Moving on, you got a new EP coming out. It's called Cassiopeia. Is that correct? Yeah.
That is it.
So what's that about?
So the name came about, I've had this name since 2015, I think. 2014? Yeah, 2014, so...
5 years, so you did with 13?
A while ago, yeah.
That's right, so you're 18, aren't you?
Yeah.
13.
13, 14, so basically when I was really young, I wasn't clever or anything, but I was just proper into like space and astronomy, and like all through primary school, just like rapid going through these books. And there was just something about it because it was almost like you could apply your imagination to it. And when I was in like year 8, 9, I did a GCSE in astronomy. I'm like, again, I wasn't really clever, so I only got a C. I wasn't like sweating it, but I liked the whole sort of aspect to it, that it was, you know, it was like the space. It was like, wow, you know, it's not physical. You can't touch it. You can't say this is how it is.
Constellation.
It is, yeah. And so there was this constellation called Cassiopeia, and I just kind of connected to it. And I remember I was doing part of my coursework for it, and I was just sat outside on this table. I had like a red like torch, so I could like see without, you know, doing my eyes in. And you had to like draw all these constellations and like get the distances right and like all the angles and stuff.
What does it mean to you though?
Cassiopeia.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a deep question. It kind of means sort of unity in my head.
Really elusive of nose.
Yeah.
Cassiopeia, really.
Right, I just want to pull this back. You're not allowed to use the word love on this show. Okay.
But Yeah, it's because the constellation, it's sort of like a zigzag going down, and it's weird. It's almost powerful, but it's kind of, it's all unified. It's all together. You know, it wouldn't, like, if you took this star out, it wouldn't be the same constellation. And there's this one star as well, which is brighter than all the others in this constellation. I can't remember the name of it, but it's sort of applicable to your own situation. It's sort of like, be part of a group, be the one that shines like the strongest.
Yeah.
I don't want to be all like sentimental over that, but it's kind of applicable to everyone. It's like, you know, be yourself but belong. Don't sort of isolate yourself. Be unified, I guess. Yeah. So
that's what you get out of it. You're taking from it. So what you're saying is this EP is unified. Does this mean that these are all the sides of Serious D?
Yeah, I
all
guess
the different
so.
sides unified.
What I stand
Possibly.
for, it's sort of I think of it more as a message than standing for something. It's like, it's sort of saying, you know, be part of something rather than saying I'm part of something.
What, like an anagram?
Kind of. It's more like, you know, you can look at it and think, Cassiopeia, what does that mean? I don't think there's a definition because it's just a constellation, but it can mean what you want it to mean. You know, if you look at the constellation, you think to yourself, like, what's going on there? Yeah.
No, makes sense. Good name.
Yeah.
Right. We were speaking earlier on in the office, and you said you've got 2 singles. One's called Shadow Man, and one's called Everybody.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about what the singles are about and where we can get them.
Okay, so they're both on SoundCloud at the moment, and I've got a couple on YouTube as well. So if you just go on SoundCloud and do Serious.D, or same with YouTube, I think YouTube Serious.D Music. So the first one, Shadow Man, that's all about sort of what's going on in your head with, like, you know, depression, anxiety, and all that kind of things. And I've had a few struggles with this kind of thing myself.
So does that mean that the Shadow Man is the depression, or?
Mate, I've been asking myself this question for a long time. So I had a talk with my dad, and he said that he like, the way he sort of physicalized his mental illness was like somebody was following him, and it was always there. And I remember back in high school, we showed this advert about or kind of an advert. They weren't advertising something, but it was on the TV, and it was about like mental illness as well, and they were calling it like a big black dog which follows you about, and it's always there.
This is the first time I've ever heard of this, and I'm around a lot of people who suffer with anxiety and depression and stuff like that.
But the Shadow Man it's been about most of my life, and it's sort of the whole point of it is that I don't know what it is. Am I the Shadow Man? Is sort of what's going on in my head the Shadow Man? Is, you know, is like the external factors that sort of put you in these situations the Shadow Man? It's all sort of debatable, and there's no sort of tangible way of saying this is what the Shadow Man is, which is why I like it, because it's one of the biggest mysteries in my life which I can't figure out. It's always
can't be
there,
defined,
but it's I can't define what it is or what it is to me. And it, like, a lot of my people that I know that listen to my songs, because I mention the Shadow Man a lot, he's in a few songs, and it's everyone's sort of like, what is the Shadow Man? Is he this? Is he that? And I'm like, I don't know, mate. What do you think it is? And that's why I like it, because I don't sit there and blank say, it's what's going on in my head. I'm like, I don't know, mate. You helped me find out. Yeah.
So it's kind of, even the likes of the Shadow Man, it's still got the same meaning as what Cassiopeia has.
Kind of, yeah.
You've got to define it yourself.
Similar but darker. I mean, like the whole point of Cassiopeia is sort of it's a good thing. It's you know, it's like the light in your life. It's sort of showing you the right way. But the Shadow
can't
Man
be defined. The same as the Shadow Man can't be defined.
You can't have like a heaven without a hell, can you? It's that kind of thing.
Everybody.
Everybody. So everybody is. So I was just making a beat one day. And I was like, ooh, I'm feeling this. And I started getting into it, and I was just like rapping over it, and everybody, the word everybody kept on coming up, and it kind of sounded good with the way that the beat went. I was like, everybody. And then I kind of put in a few lyrics like, everybody knows what's going on in my mind, everybody knows what's going on in their mind, everybody knows that I'm keeping track of the time, everybody knows what's going on in my mind. And I was just like, yeah, mate, I'm just saying everybody at the beginning of every line, but it's kind of going through, and I was like, yeah, it's a reoccurring fact with that. So I called it Everybody, and it's just about what's going on with everybody but with me. And people who listen to it and take it seriously, they're like, everybody, you know, like when I'm saying everybody knows what's going on in my mind, that's a lie, mate. Nobody knows what's going on in my mind. I don't know what's going on in your mind. It's like, and I the whole point of it was to sort of to be not hypocritical. What's the word? Off. Like the whole point was that you didn't know what was going on. It was like the opposite, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wanted to write a song that was not true, so that you could listen to it, and you know you could listen to it and think, yeah, no, I know, yeah, no, or sort of listen to it and think about it and be like, oh no, I'm gonna admit it. None of this is true. It's just something to get your mind going. So yeah, that's
sounds
basically
good.
what it is.
I like the way a lot of your music and ideas that you leave the decisions up to the listener, rather than imprinting a perception. What's your favourite song on the EP?
On the EP, I would have to say Calm. So this is on my SoundCloud as well, and it's on my YouTube. Yeah. So Calm is a really dark beat. It's not complicated. It's really simple. Like the beat's like a, and it just keeps on going like that. And it's got a guitar riff which is just really sinister. And I thought I'd call it Calm just because it was weird. It was like the whole it's dark. It's like really dark, and the whole point of it being calm, it's almost like if someone were about to like rob a bank, you'd expect them to be outside all shaky and like, oh my god,
the calm before the storm.
Almost, it's more like that horrible thought of somebody being ready to do that, but being stood there like with this sort of dark, you know, surrounding to them, but being completely calm, like it's nothing, just being sat there like emotionless. And it's the whole sort of theory behind desensitization and how sort of like some people do horrible things without a second thought about it. It's nothing to them, and it's that whole sort of, I feel like that's what's so dark about it, because you can make a grimy beat and be like, yeah, that's dark, but like the whole point of it is that it's really dark. It's like the calmness to it is just like ain't right. So
dark ones. You've got a couple of dark ones on Calm and the likes of Shadow Man as well. Have you got any music videos to come into any of these? And if you did, which one would it be?
So I mean, I'm planning on getting some going. I haven't got any in the production yet. If I were to do one, it would probably be Shadow Man.
I was just about to say that then, because you could have a Shadow following it round in the video.
Dark stuff with that.
I reckon. It sounds really good. Music video. Where have you been performing recently?
Where I've been performing recently, so all my rap gigs so far have been in Liverpool, so I've been doing a lot of them with you as well, with Big Condo.
Big Condo. You supported Dad and C, didn't you? Shout out Young D, Liverpool City.
And there was I've done a few about there. I've got one on Friday with you lot, haven't
I? Refreshment.
Refreshers.
We just plugged this now. Refreshment. This Friday we got like 14 acts down at the Dough Bar. Starts at 6, finish at 11. Grand Central, £7 on door.
I like the Refreshers because there's all sorts of stuff going on. It's not that you walk in and it's just bands, it's just rappers. There's like poets, singers, singer-songwriters. There's all sorts of stuff.
A mixture.
Everything. I love it.
You get refreshed. That's why it's called Refreshment.
I've got some gigs coming up in Preston as well. One on the 7th of next month.
And Bolton, you said as well,
Bolton
didn't you?
As well, yeah.
What's been your best show to date?
My best show will have been, I'd say, as Series D, Liverpool Philharmonic Music Hall. That was a good one. It's a big hall. They've got all these like metal strips on the walls that they move back and forwards to like to change the acoustics of the room. This one was with Lipper when I was still at the sixth form there, and it was just sick. It was just packed. It was a proper like big stage, because obviously it was made to fit bands of like 12 people on. So I just had a big stage. I was just walking up
yourself
and down.
Up and down.
It's mad. And there was big PA system. There was like all these monitors which you usually don't get at rap gigs. And it's just mad. It was like the first time I'd been as a rapper on like a big stage in front of a full crowd. I was just staying in it. I was like,
See, as artists, these are the moments you live for.
It is.
You gotta understand, 1 week, you perform 1,000 people Philharmonic. Next week you're in a bar. But that's just what it is. Some people find it hard to adjust, you know what I mean? But that's sick. Who was that with? Who's the Philharmonic?
Lipper, my
with Lipper?
Form college.
Is it sixth form or
sixth
the
form,
uni?
The sixth form.
At the sixth form,
yeah.
Right, the rap scene in Liverpool, you wanted to talk a little bit about that. What do you want to say about that? Because it was you that wanted me to put this question in there, so I want to fire away.
Well, I mean, I'd say Big Hondo definitely opened up the rap scene in Liverpool because, like,
I don't think we did.
well, not opened it up because obviously it already exists and it's all over the place. But you kind of you presented a door into it for artists like me, because obviously starting off as a rapper, because I was in a band at the time. I was like, I want to do some solo stuff, and I've done singer-songwriting, I've done all this, this and that on my own, and I was like, what is different? I can't really do rapping. I've got all these beats, and I've been rapping for time, but I've never actually gigged it. And I was like, how on earth do I start off? I've got no clue how to get a rap gig. And then I just saw this Instagram post by Big Hondo, and it was like, yo, if you're a rapper, like, come on, message us and we'll get you on a gig. I was like,
why not?
Go on then, mate.
Come down.
And it all just kind of took off from there. So it was...
See, the thing with the label is, obviously Big Hondo as general as a whole, the amount of opportunities that we can give away every week or every month, every year, there's a lot. But with regards to hip hop in Liverpool, it's actually, there's a community here for this. It's been going for a very long time. Like there's been acts like First in Command who dropped the Pest Control album back in like 1995. You got guys like Tony Broke, who's like 40 plus now, who's been dropping albums. Like Blah Records, Children of the Damned, who have been going for a long time. And over the years, there's been other outlets like Air Beats and a few other ones. There's actually that many to name.
Well,
so where we come in, what's different with regards to Big Hondo is we opened up the doors. That's what it is. Like
it's not like
it's been quite tightly knitted, meaning that you had to know someone or you had to be a friend with someone or involved in something in order to get your opportunity.
From someone who's from around here as well, because I'm from like near Delamere. It's near, if any of you know where Frodsham is.
It's past Runcorn, is it?
Just before Runcorn.
Oh, just before Runcorn, yeah.
But like basically, there's absolutely no rap scene whatsoever. There's nothing. There's no rappers. There's nothing. So coming from the countryside,
there's just about a rap scene here, bro. I'm barely holding on to it.
But just the point is, Dave, that there was nothing going on there, and because I'm not from around it, I didn't know anyone, so I needed that door because I wouldn't have found my way in because I don't have any. Well, I do have contacts now, but like I didn't have that doorway to get in and make those contacts and get about. So yeah, you definitely open the door.
No, we are at the minute. Obviously, we helping a lot of people, and it's not even just rappers. We're helping bands, duets, singers, pop stars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone's going for it.
It really is. Obviously, at the Academy radio station is based at the Big Hondo Academy as well. We have courses, fully funded courses in anything creative, photography, right the way through to artist development. Film and directing, creative media, modelling, fashion, everything as well, which is all free. DJ training, all that type of thing. So contact the Academy, get yourself a fully funded course. Because they're not free, they're funded. Okay. Let's go into real life struggles and how did you get over them. So on this show, we always go in about like what situations have you been in that have been like really testing, and then how did you come over them.
Alright, well, God, this is coming slightly from the heart, and to be honest, you might start noticing it now. But one of the biggest sort of parts of me, which does define me quite a bit, is the fact that I've got Tourette's.
Have you? Because
you wouldn't notice, mate.
You've not swore here, or?
I know it's not like that.
Is it not swearing?
I've had it a long time, and you sort of learn to like cope with it and deal with it in different mechanisms. But if you watch me, my eyebrows go like that, my neck goes like that. I do that all the time. It's just like little things like that. And it's one of them when you don't notice it's there, you don't really feel it. You don't do it as much. Like a lot of people that know me say they don't even notice it. But when I think about it or talk about it, it gets worse. So it's something I don't like to go on about that often because it does like get worse when I think about it.
Because you're bringing it to light.
Yeah, that's it. But that's been one of the biggest parts of my life because like back in high school, I used to get loads of shit because it used to be really bad. Just like going through puberty, that was the worst patch. I used to have like vocal ones where I'd make noises and used to be going like that constantly. It was bad, man. Like and it used to do stuff to me because going like that 24 hours a day, I've got a bad neck, bad back, bad wrists, mate. It does you in. But there was a point where I couldn't walk about on my own because I was just terrified of like social interactions. You know, I'd walk about with my head down and I'd be like proper like shaking nervous. Oh my god, you know. And
well, you've learned to be confident with it.
Going from that to sort of, you know, being a rapper and getting on stage, definitely performing gave me the confidence to say, I don't care what you think, mate. I'm cool. You know, it's one of them. Coming over that, I think the strongest people have definitely been through sort of the worst little dips, because they're what make you. If you haven't had those life lessons, then you know you just sort of you're on the line. But if you want to hit above the bar, you got to have had them lessons that teach you how to sort of deal with these situations that are like a bit heavy and, you know, big to sort of deal with. So like the way I look at it is it's not really a disability, it's more of a teacher. And it kind of,
I just genuinely think it's mad. Like I've known you, like
you wouldn't have even known.
I didn't even know what I mean? Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like I've been in contact with you loads of times.
Yeah.
Nothing looks out of place, so you're managing it well. You know what I mean? Genuinely.
I keep it down. I mean,
like I've only just know. I only noticed it because you just done it. Then he's just moved his neck then, which I think he done that for show. But
no, it's all sort of like how it feels. Like if you watch me, I'll be going like that with my arms, and like it's just little things you don't notice. But like
no, but
I do keep it
Chase
down.
does that all day.
Oh yeah.
Flexing his muscles and whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I do like a lot of mindfulness and like, you know, meditation, sort of like things that get you over it.
Yeah.
It's a small part of my life now, mate. I barely even notice I've got it. It used to be like that. And now it's like
but
that.
no, it's mine.
It's one of them. Yeah.
So there you go. That's a real life struggle. We've had lots on the show. We've had people talking about growing up in the streets, nowhere to live, no money, coming from houses where stepdads beat them up, and it's for someone to come on and go to talk about something that was a little bit different from the gully street situations it you know, it's inspiring to understand, because you know there's not just yourself, these other artists out here who they don't even tell people like what's going on. Like I'm working with an artist now, and she's got this thing where all the bones disconnect and stuff like that, but you wouldn't know if you didn't speak to her, know what I mean?
It's one of them, mate. You keep it to yourself unless sort of like somebody asks.
Who's your favourite artist and why?
He's my favourite artist, Gorillaz, mate.
The Gorillaz.
Without Damon Albarn. The thing about Gorillaz is they're absolutely nuts, mate. There's something else. Like nobody had ever come along and said, I want to make a not even a digital band, just like a cartoon band. You know, like there's no actual members. And like I think the reason Damon Albarn, I've heard, wanted to do that was because he was fed up with going on tours and like leaving his family. Yeah. So he was just like, right, I'm just gonna make a band, but like it's not gonna be real. So I don't have to like walk about and, you know, sort of be the centre of everything. So he was fed up with it. But their music is exceptional. It's something else.
No, I do like the Gorillaz, but it's unusual that you've said them though, because when we talk about like rappers, when you get the names that they come in with like Karis One, know what I mean? You have Tupac, Biggie. These are some of the normal ones that people kick in with, like Slick Rick. Like the Gorillaz is just like totally out there, like compared to what other people say. But I think that's because even though you're a rapper, you've got like band genes, like you're connected to bands as well. So that'd be
sort of musical side of it.
Who are the top 5 rappers of all time then?
Oh my god, this is not fair because I'm gonna get slated if I say someone that ain't right on this. This is a hard question for me because I'm not really a big sort of like rap listener, I guess, because I don't listen to bands, I just listen to songs I like and maybe an album I like, and I'll find an artist and sweat them for a few weeks. So obviously you can't go without saying Eminem. Who am I into? So Eminem, kind of there's Dr. Doom or Danger Doom. He's
MF Doom.
Sick. MF Doom, that's it.
Doom.
Who else am I into? I'm just trying to think. Loyal Kana, he's got some mad beats going on.
Loyal Kana.
Yeah, and my one off. I'm gonna have to say. I'm trying to think of someone current who's kind of moving bits.
Doesn't have to be current. It's just top 5 rappers.
I can't even think of any. You're probably on the spot. Who else do I like? I guess Royzy Rothschild.
Hey,
So,
my man's top.
on a sick list. Yeah.
My man's top 5 all time, right? Sick list, 5 things you need for a radio interview. Go.
Right,
Don't
deodorant,
think.
because I'm
Which
sweating.
deodorant? Ding. Yeah.
What else? A car, because I've walked so far today.
Transportation,
mate. What else do you need? Water.
water.
Because like it's always good to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
What else? That's 3. You need to be collected, calm. I mean, it's not a physical thing.
Calm
but
and
it's
collective.
The mindset for it.
He says that while he's swinging on his chair.
Oh, I've got ADHD, mate. I'm just always doing it. And the last thing I would say would be charisma.
Charisma. There's a 5 on the sick list, right? So we're at that part of the show now where you've got to do a freestyle.
Oh, go on.
You know, we always say to the guests, it doesn't have to be on the spot. It can be 16 bars of something that you've already wrote, something that you've already had in your head, or if you want to, you can go off the top of the dome. We have had people in the past who are legends in the Merseyside hip hop scene and have fell. I'm not going to bring up any names. Evil. Right. So yeah, it's fire away. 16 bars.
Go on. With my endeavours to make it forever, live better, think clever, spit forever. Like as I fed on what I knew better, whatever. Don't try and sever this connection, cause you know we're both better together. And in my last letter, I couldn't let this shit go, cause you're letting me go. And I can't really go home, because your home's where you make it. Splits with your mate's shit, it's complicated, but I can't mistake it. And I'm departing for a while, and I just wanna see you smile, so I can keep it in my mind in case I'm ever feeling down in the ground. It's sound, cause I'm better on my own now.
Yes. Serious D, straight repping Frodsham in the building. So, right, we're coming to the end of the interview now. I'm sliding away on my chair. Don't know why.
I'm still
anything else you want to add to the interview? Anything that you want to tell people who were watching? Anything you want to promote? Anything you want to say about yourself? Obviously, plug your socials as well. People can add you. Yeah.
Well, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's all just Serious D. And to be honest, the piece of advice I want to give is don't care what people say or how you look or any of that, mate. Just be you.
Be yourself.
Because there's nothing more charismatic than somebody getting up, no matter what they look like, who's backing them, who you are, and just getting up and saying, "This is me. Take it or leave it." So I think that's a strong thing, so live by that.
So that was Serious D. You've been tuned into Condor Online. This is Royzy Rothschild, Liverpool City. Yes, peace out, baby. Peace.